The competition in Thiruvananthapuram Lok Sabha constituency has intensified as the campaign picked up. Now the picture is very clear. The real fight is between two stalwarts, the sitting MP Shashi Tharoor of the Congress and the BJP candidate and Minister of State in Narendra Modi government, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar. The left candidate, Mr. Pandian Ravindran, is trailing his war behind. Now it's difficult for him to catch up with his opponents. Now let's look into the detailed situation. This is Hari Kumar with insights. When the BJP nominated Rajeev Chandrasekhar as their candidate in Thiruvananthapuram, many people doubted if he could match the political guile of Shashi Tharoor, who has been winning from the constituency comfortably for the last three times. But as he started campaigning and the campaign picked up, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar has proved that he is a matching opponent to Mr. Shashi Tharoor. At least in the city constituencies, four city constituencies, Nemam, then Vatiyurkavu, Thiruvananthapuram and Kazhakkottam, he has established a strong presence. He has been able to penetrate into different family groupings. In the rural constituencies of Kovalam, Neyatingara and Parasala, Mr. Tharoor continues to hold his edge. And for Mr. Pandian Ravindran, he could finish third, a distant third. Last time the CPI candidate Mr. C. Divagaran got only somewhere around 2.57 lakh votes compared to 3.13 lakh votes of BJP candidate Kummana Rajashekharan and 4.13 lakh, nearly 4.13 lakh votes of Shashi Tharoor. So this time also Mr. Pandyan is likely to finish around 2.5 lakh votes. But if his votes fall too low, it could make the competition much unpredictable. So let's see. Now first of all let's look into Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar's strategy and how he is performing in the city constituencies. One area where Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar has been able to makes a great impact is social media, where Shashi Tharoor used to rule over, or had an overwhelming presence in the past. Mr. Shashi Tharoor on himself is one of the influencers, great influencers on social media with millions of followers. Unlike him, the BJP candidates Mr. Kummana Rajashekharan or even or Rajagopal didn't have any major influence on the social media front. But this time, it seems Rajeev Chandrasekhar has been able to make some impact, perhaps with his professional team. So that area it has become an equal force. He has become an equal force. Now, let's look into the city constituencies and the demography of Thiruvananthapuram Lok Sabha seat. The city constituencies, Vatiyurkavu, Nemam, Kazhakkottam and Thiruvananthapuram had given huge advantage to O. Rajagopal when he contested against Shashi Tharoor in 2014. At that time, Shashi Tharoor won because he could overcome the lead of Mr. Rajagopal in city constituencies with the help of huge lead he acquired in the rural constituencies of Kovalam, then Neyatingara and Parasala. This time, Shashi Tharoor has been able to retain his influence or edge in the rural constituencies. However, he may not be able to gain lead in the city constituencies. In 2019, when he won with a 1 lakh majority, he had gained influence in all but one constituency. That was the Nemam was the only constituency where Mr. Kummana Rajashekharan had an upper hand. So, in the city constituencies where the Nayar community holds a huge majority, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar has been able to gain inroads into the family groupings. Now here there are influential families which are demographically also big. They may have around 250, 300 members. I mean the whole family tree. So there will be meetings of these families, and Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar has been able to get invitation to such meetings, and that means that he got an opportunity to present himself there, and a good percentage of votes, perhaps even 80 or above percent of votes will be cast for him from such groupings if one is able to present oneself well there. So this is one area he has been able to gain inroads. Again, in the city constituencies, RSS has got a very huge network. But here this time the RSS is not very active in campaigning, and it's not just in this constituency, it's all over Kerala. The situation is like that. It is said that this follows a directive of the central leadership of BJP and RSS. So they want the organization to give help only at the grassroots level where the help is needed, and not become the face of the campaign, because it could create fear or apprehension in the mind of minorities, and it could also distance them from the BJP. So the BJP is deliberate on that aspect, but it remains to be seen how it's going to work out, whether it will bring any advantage or whether it would drain away the existing strength, because RSS cadres knows the constituencies like the back of their hand, and removing them from the active constituency may backfire also. One needs to wait to know or estimate the results. Now, there is coming to the rural constituencies. The Kovalam constituency is one area where one may see some swings this time, unlike in the past, because the protests against the Vidinyam Port by Latin Catholic community later led to some amount of communal polarization in Kovalam constituency. So it means Pandian Ravindran could go far behind in this constituency and Hindu votes may go to Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Definitely here Rajiv Chandrasekhar will become or will get the second place, unlike in the last election when Kumanam was placed third behind the left candidate C. Divagaran. And again when it comes to Parasala, here also there is a chance that Rajiv Chandrasekhar could increase his vote percentage, but Neyyathinkara will be a thorn in his flesh, and Tharoor will continue to gain a huge margin from this constituency. It's likely. So if you look at the demography of the Thiruvananthapuram Lok Sabha constituency, as a single community or a single caste, Nayars are the topmost or the most influential caste with 26.5% voters belonging to the community. Idavas, among Hindus, Idavas are the second with 16.5%, and scheduled castes come third with around 12%. This is the caste-wise figure, that is the total Hindu vote percentage in the constituency is around 61%. The Christians also are a major force in the constituency. In fact, they constitute more than 28% of the vote base. In the past, many Christian candidates had won from the constituency. For example, A. Charles, as the Congress candidate, had won thrice. Neelalohit Das Nadar, who is said to be a Christian, had also won from the constituency. Now, if you look into those aspects, again, Christian votes are very decisive in deciding the winner here. Last time that went en masse to Shashi Tharoor. This time it is unlikely that Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar will make a great inroads into the Latin Catholic and CSI vote base, who form the majority of Christians, but he could gain some votes from the Syrian Christians in the city constituencies. And if he is able to get around 10% Christian votes, nothing like that, then he is going to definitely that will help him hugely. Now, if Rajeev Chandrasekhar is to make some real inroads, he needs to analyze the intricacies in the Christian vote base and take proper steps to attract them. For example, in the CSI diocese, CSI among Christians, CSI community diocese, they constitute the largest vote base. But there are some problems in the community, in the church. Some of the laity had moved court against the former bishop who was the moderator of CSI church in Thiruvananthapuram, Dharmaraja Rasalam, and he has been removed by the High Court. So such divisions are there in the church, and if Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar is able to gain some influence among some of the groups, perhaps that will help him. Similarly, in the Latin Catholic Church also, apart from the bishop, the auxiliary bishop Thiruvananthapuram also holds enormous influence in the community. So, if Mr. Rajeev is able to build bridges with the auxiliary bishop, that could help him. So, such subgroups, if he is able to address the needs of such subgroups and extend a hand of friendship to them, that would upset the power equilibrium in Thiruvananthapuram, and that could even negate the advantage Mr. Shashi Tharoor is having among the Christian vote base. So this is one important factor. But as of now, the Christian community in Thiruvananthapuram is solidly behind the Congress, and there may be some fall in the percentage wise, but there is no huge fall, and they are likely to vote Tharoor. But the problem Tharoor could face is from the shifting of or joining of Mrs. Padmaja Venugopal to BJP, and K. Karunakaran has got a good number of supporters in Thiruvananthapuram, and one of the supporters of Karunakaran has former DCC secretary Mr. Tampanur Satish has joined the BJP, and if Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar could gain or collect some vote from the Karunakaran group, that will help him. And some without any apparent reason, some of the active workers of the Congress are not very active this time. So this could pose some problems to Tharoor. And another advantage for Rajeev Chandrasekhar is he has got deep pockets, unlike the past BJP candidates of Kummanam Rajashekharan and O. Rajagopal. And so that will energize his booth level workers. But again, there are problems with BJP's organizational setup in Thiruvananthapuram, because majority of voters in city segments, or a good number of voters in city segments, come from different parts of Kerala, and they have come to Thiruvananthapuram and settled there. There is a tendency among some of the migrant voters to go back to their villages or native places during these election holidays, and that actually is a handicap to the BJP. So if only BJP is able to convince them about the need to stay back, that will help, that will enable the BJP candidates to win. So this doesn't happen, never used to happen in the past, and Mr. Rajeev has to ensure this. Again, when it comes to enlisting new voters, here also BJP falls behind, because such ground level or booth level activities have never been a strength of the party. But the Congress as well as the left knows how to handle such issues, and those are all micromanaging. So only if the BJP is able to appoint coordinators to micromanage well, then only they can think about really making an upset and flooring Tharoor in Thiruvananthapuram. As of now, Tharoor still holds the edge, but Rajeev Chandrasekhar has made giant strides. That's for now. Meet you with another constituency next time. Till then, goodbye.